Hi there, welcome with me on another Paris Diaries. I'm here today in a very special place. This is the Lanson Champagne house in Reims, and look what I have here. These are the different champagne bottles and they are dated by the year of production, and I'm just longing to try one. Lanson Champagne house is one of the oldest champagne houses in France, and it was started in 1760 by a local magistrate. So today we are going to explore this entire place, try some of the champagnes and know all about its history.
As you can understand with the two other pictures, they're live, they're created by cellars that we're actually going to visit at the end of our tour together. Just after World War I, in 1919, Victor Lanson, that you see here, took over Lanson Champagne. Victor Lanson was one of the biggest ambassadors of Lanson Champagne, but also apparently one of his biggest consumers of champagne. Apparently, Monsieur Lanson, through his life, drank between 50 to 60,000 bottles of champagne.
So we must all drink more.
Good champagne.
Yeah.
But he was the one who actually had the idea in 1937 to produce our iconic champagne for his at Lanson called Black Label. And he decided to call it this way for two reasons. First, because at the time, which is our first market, which is still our first market today, is the UK market. That's where we export most of our productions. That's why we name this name, and black, because the DNA of our champagne is through Pinot Noir, one great varieties we are allowed to work with in Champagne. The one that we love the most here at Lanson, which is a black skin grape. That's why Black Label. Kindness, hospitality was really important. So right after World War II, I don't know if you know that, but the first signature for the end of the war happened here in the city, May the 7th. We were able to welcome generalists anywhere in the city, and it was lucky to try our vintage 1930s at the front. That's the one we had this year, but you also have the one we produced for the 1977 tournament with the two tennis rackets on the label. Our maison is also one of the official suppliers of the royal courts of Monaco, the Kingdom of Monaco, in the south of France with Prince Albert II, and of course as well for them, special labeling with their logo on the bottles as well. Means vineyards surrounded by walls. That's the meaning of clos in French, which is the case as you see here. It's the only one you will find in the city. Pretty much is happening outside. It's just easier. So you have in front of you 1 hectare, so that's 2.5 acres of Chardonnay. Full Chardonnay, because it's a chalky soil just underneath. All right, Chardonnay love chalk. Grape was a bit late than usual.
So what you can see right now,
middle of
obviously grapes.
And usually we say as soon as we have the flowers, 90 days after, we know more or less when we start the harvest, which gonna probably happen middle. This is the biggest one. You have in front of you here 101 stainless steel vats, and those ones are only used for the first alcoholic fermentation. Okay. So earlier we talked about harvesting, pressing the grapes. We have a juice, bring the juices here, put them in a stainless steel vat to turn the juice into wine. And we're talking about still wine at the end, okay? It takes about 2 weeks, more or less, to turn the juice into wine, because we control the temperature in the room, also in the stainless steel vat. And we, of course, are working with yeast and sugar. It's not to bring something oaky on the taste of the champagne, but it's just to bring something different, more complexity on the taste, smoother tastes, like butter, vanilla, for example. That's why we're working with 300 liters. On the right, 7 and 8 oak barrels that are from Burgundy, white wine production of Burgundy, of 228 liters. Those ones are only used for the Lanson that we visited earlier together. We're actually going to make the first alcoholic fermentation inside. And then the wine rests 3-4 months, have much more complexity, and that will completely change the characteristic, the main characteristic of the Charlotte. The big ones you see all around. This is the regal bottle size you probably already opened once or twice in your life. Yeah. I know it looks small compared to the others, but that's the one. And the tiny first one was made at first for play.
They put in a good show. It's like they know how to market stuff, right?
Or 4.3 miles, if it's easier in miles for some of you. Obviously, we are not going to visit all of it together, just a very small part of it. But it's also for you to understand that we are always storing champagne bottles here because we have the best conditions to keep them. We always have the same temperature over the year that stick around 12 degrees Celsius. A lot of humidity as well, more than 90%, and it's naturally that we have those conditions. We don't need to control anything or put AC on, all natural. No, it's staying the same. So when it's freezing outside, collections, vintages that we're still selling right now. Oldest one are 6 and it's done. Alright? When it's done, you just need to turn the bottle, not the cork. Pressure do the rest for you. Keep your hand on top, pressure on it.
So I've never had champagne for breakfast before, but today I'm having champagne the first thing today because I'm at the end of the tour of Maison Lanson, the House of Lanson, which is one of the oldest champagne houses in Reims here. This champagne is lovely, it's fruity, it's light, and it's a signature creation of this house. It's called Black Creation, and champagne, these bottles of champagne are very symbolic as we are about to start our Paralympic campaign. We hope to win a lot of Paralympic medals, and we hope that we can open a bottle of champagne for our athletes as the medals start to come. So keep watching Paris Diaries here on Revsportz.